Yerba Buena Nursery is actually the oldest retail native plant nursery business in the state. We specialize in over 600 types of California native plants. Our mission is to educate the consumer, and in the case, our consumer is the home gardener. It's to educate the home gardener about the value of native plants and how to pick the right native plants to use in their garden. So here's a selection of manzanitas. They have a beautiful red bark. We have classes in our old farmhouse. We have signs in the nursery. We have a fabulous website. The native plants are used to the type of soil they're going to find. They're used to the weather, and they take less water in general. I'd like to point out one of our specialty plants. It's called mimulus, and also known as monkey flower. By putting plants together in groupings, plants that use similar amounts of water or don't use water at all, and by putting plants together that use similar amounts of sunshine or prefer the shade, it's a good way to group the plants together. Native plants by nature, they can survive with very little other than being properly planted to begin with. They don't require chemicals to be sustained, and that preserves our watershed, it preserves our bay, and we have a very knowledgeable staff here. They have many, many years of experience with native plants that you really wouldn't find at an ordinary nursery.
For species that grow in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we do have 40 acres here that we collect seed from, and then I have friendships with a lot of local landowners, so we can go out onto their property and collect things with permission, which gives us an opportunity to be able to sell locally sourced, genetically local plants, which a lot of our customers really appreciate.
Terrific. They look really good. There are a couple reasons for the garden. One is that we want people to see what the native plants look like when they're full grown, and then be able to go into the nursery and choose those plants to take home to their garden. Another reason for that garden is for people to see how the native plants look together as a community. They can wander through a section full of salvias, full of manzanitas, and compare them side by side. We also use that garden to collect seeds and to make cuttings of plants that we can then grow on into containers and send home with our customers. When it's in bloom, the hummingbirds are fighting for position in this shrub, and the plants also provide food and shelter for wildlife. Oh, there's a bunny. Oh, shoot. The grove has a lovely blanket of redwood sorrel growing beneath it, and a pond full of wild newts that precede it. So it really sustains our whole ecosystem to provide these plants to the public. My family and I live here on the property, as well as run the Yerba Buena Nursery. So I think this is a really good example of a way that big pieces of land can be stewarded with a respect for the environment.
And look at all the deer out there.
Well, if we can bring a little of that into people's gardens, if we can bring a little of the feeling of wild nature into their hearts, that's worth it.